certainly people have been injured.
Yeah.
That number is high.
Yeah, the injuries are high.
Yeah.
It can't be good for the back, basically, being
No.
twanged.
Right.
And people, I know people who they miscalculated the length of a bungee cord and hit the ground and bounce back up.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You know people?
No, but that's where I see the injuries happening. Like the cord just stretches
A little
Right,
too
too
far.
longer
much.
than the heavier guy and
Yeah.
wind conditions or
Yeah,
So-
I've never seen that happen. But
yeah.
I wouldn't wanna
You made
do
it
that.
seem like you knew someone. I'm just saying.
I don't know anyone. If I did,
Does this
they're
happen to
dead.
you? Did it
Yeah.
happen to
You
you?
haven't, yeah. In
Okay.
fact, it was me.
Back in
You're the one
States.
guy that's died
Yeah.
from bungee jumping?
I'm back.
You're looking amazingly well considering.
Well, the guild has been great for
Okay, The Guild is an online sitcom about a group of online role-playing gamers, people who play World of Warcraft type games, who at first didn't know each other beyond that game, who then finally meet each other face to face for the first time, and sort of absurdity ensues because we're all kind of quirky, interesting gamers.
and socially awkward.
Well, I think we blow the line in some ways because some of us are gamers, but it's
Felicia-
definitely a show.
And Felicia was a gamer for a long time, so I think that gets her some legitimacy.
Well, I think the show is very authentic. I mean, the reason why it doesn't seem like we're just picking on gamers is because we are gamers ourselves, and Felicia who creates and writes the show, she was genuinely addicted to World of Warcraft for 2 years.
It's quite a serious addiction.
Yeah, so she decided to create a show about it, and now 100 million views later, we're traveling the world showing people our faces.
Warcraft?
Yes.
I did.
And are you all addicted now?
I was when I first played immediately, especially since Felicia played, and I jumped in with her. And you played for a while. We all played kind of together at the beginning, and it just definitely got to be addictive. Definitely time sucker.
It's too much for me. I like games that end.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so I play my console games, and when they're over, I play a new game. This game is literally,
keeps on.
I like
Yeah.
it. I liked it, and it's the type of game that if I was still in high school and college, I think I would have probably not graduated high school and college because of this game. It's called The Game in our game. So I mean, it's actually sort of a hybrid of she sort of melds a bunch of online games together to come up with her like the creatures of that game and things like that. And I think it's more exciting to sort of create your own. During our second season, they invited us down to visit the campus, and they got us
They
all.
have a campus?
Yes, a beautiful,
Wow.
huge campus.
Like the kind you think of like Microsoft, where basketball courts and tennis courts and a huge
giant
food court.
giant orc statues, and it was really cool. They gave us a full-fledged tour, and the people there were really excited to meet us, and they gave us all like giant boxes which were filled with goodies, and
They're big fans.
It was a really cool guy. I mean, here's a guy that's, built something out of his garage, and I sort of, as a creator myself of my own shows, really respect folks like that who, they just toiled at, a younger age and fought for what they believed they could create themselves without anybody telling them yes or no, and just pushed, and now here he is, the head of a multi-hundred million, maybe billion-dollar company.
Wow.
I mean, he's a
Sandwiches
really
were
great guy.
incredible.
And the sandwiches were
The tuna sandwiches were
Tuna sandwiches? Fresh tuna?
fresh tuna. Yeah, oh yeah. He doesn't.
He doesn't have the canned stuff.
deal with old
he doesn't
tuna.
fuck around.
Oh,
No, he makes the tuna. He actually has the tuna on.
He made the tuna in his
campus.
garage
He cuts it.
when he was
yeah.
creating the company. Well, this fifth season was littered with celebrity appearances. So we had a really amazing people on the show.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, Kevin Sorbo,
Brent Spiner.
Neil Gaiman, and then probably the pinnacle of it, I think, was Stan Lee. We got him in an episode, and
He seems to be popping up in an awful lot of places lately.
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing a lot. But he was really excited to do the show and was, really gracious to be on it. But I think it's pretty interesting that we do this show, and it's, some people just have never heard of it, and then, they'll be like, wait, why are all these famous people in this show that I've never even heard of? Kim and Felicia, Kim our producer, Felicia's the creator, they just invested their own money into the show. It's how we both do our own shows as well, and that's kind of how you have to do it nowadays. And then eventually, in order to make more and to sort of satiate, she started a growing fan base on YouTube, and then we decided to put up a donor button, a PayPal button.
Yeah.
And we would just wait until we had enough money to shoot for a weekend, and then that money just kept bigger and bigger. People put in, you know, $5, $10, $100, $500.
Wow.
Which, you know, when was the last time? I never heard of someone donating $500 to 2.5 Men. I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
That doesn't.
If they asked for
happen.
it, we probably wouldn't like it, but. It is, especially when like I'm walking on the street of Sunset Boulevard or to Best Buy and somebody just runs up and says, "You're Vork. I'm a huge fan." I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I sort of, it's like a secret club because it's not everybody. It's not
No,
like
it's
you
not
walk into a
everybody.
place and, oh God, we gotta push the.
Or you go on a bus and everybody, you know.
Yeah, it's not crazy like that. It's literally more like, hey, you know, the bouncer at a club or something like that, like whispers over to you, "Hey man, I love your work."
It's very much like
just
Fight
really-
Club.
That
It
is
is.
awesome.
You're like
It is
Fight
like
Club.
Fight
You're
Club.
you're part of Fight Club.
Yeah, I don't know why we punch our fans so much. We
Well,
shouldn't do that.
they deserve it.
Sometimes some things
Yeah.
do, yeah.
No, it's real. I mean, you know, the weirdest place that it happens frequently for me is TSA, airport security.
Oh,
Whatever you
yes,
guys
yep.
call that out here. Yeah, all the time. Airport security. I had one guy, you know, he was like, "Okay, we're moving the line this way." You know, he tells the whole crowd, "We're moving the line this way. Everybody move to over here. We're opening up this section, except for you." And he points right at me, and I was like, "Oh God, he picked out the brown guy. I'm in trouble." So then I walk up to him, and he's like, "No, I just really wanted to meet you. I just, you know, and he like
That's
checks the
hilarious.
thing, and I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." Well, I think TV fame tends to be a little bit more like, "Oh boy," a little
Yeah,
overwhelming,
I think it's the
you know?
best of both worlds because I get to feel what it's like, but I also can go to a movie
And
Yeah.
at a
nobody really knows
restaurant,
who you
and
are.
one person will recognize me, and it still feels good. But I can go, you
Right,
know.
you can live your life.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about getting on
But
the
it's-
front page of the tabloids. You know, it's like we get to visit our fame.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We get to
That's
go
quite cool.
Go
to
and
a
see it and
convention
then-
and be like, "Hey, we can be famous here," and then go home and be
Goodbye,
normal.
fame.
Yeah.
I go back and change diapers. You know, I have the Jeff Lewis 5-minute comedy hour that's kind of has some profanity, and I know there's people in Germany that are complaining because either for some reason it's being blocked, they can't watch them.
Really?
And I don't know if it's because the internet. I don't know. Some countries may have some blocks on
They had standards.
They have standards. They have standards that I can't get past.
Bring us there.
Okay.
Have
Get us-
the whole guild. It's always fun to have all 6 of us.
Nice.
That
That would be something.
and just probably women, scantily clad women, just walking around in a very general
And men.
way.
And men, please.
It sounds terrible, but Hamilton has just lost the chlamydia capital of the country title.
Oh, you've lost it? We can help with
just
that.
lost
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Let's get that title
Scan-
back. So chlamydia must be a thing because we went to visit koalas.
Yeah.
And it said one of the reasons why the koalas are dying out is because of chlamydia.
It's-
Chlamydia. Koala chlamydia. So
Australia.
Look it up.
Stop.
So you have 2 things: the guild and
Yes.
chlamydia. You look up.